Alright, chicas. Today we are going to do an observational exercise. So it is a drawing exercise, but the main purpose is to make you slow down and try to notice details. So what we're doing is called a blind contour drawing. A contour drawing is where if I was drawing my hand, I would just draw the outside edge. Okay, I wouldn't get inside here and draw like all the details and everything. I'd basically just be tracing it. Okay, that's what a contour drawing is. Not a line drawing, because then you would go in and do everything. But contour is the outside edge. Okay, so it's kind of what you do when you're in kindergarten and you just do your turkey hand. Okay, no turkey hands. So you're going to be doing blind contour drawings of your hand. You have to put them into interesting positions here. Okay, not like that. And the element that we're adding in is blind contour drawing. So you're not going to be looking at your drawing. Okay, you're going to be looking at your hand. So I'm going to put my hand in position, and then I have to actually move it off camera so that you can see my drawing. But I'm not going to look at the paper. Okay, so while I'm drawing, I'm going to put it on I'm going to touch the pen to the paper, and then not lift it up for the whole drawing. And what I'm going to be looking at is my hand. So if I'm going to draw my fingers like, how should we draw them? Okay, let's say like that. All right, I'll draw like that, kind of like bunny ears. Okay, so what my eye is going to do is my eye is going to travel slowly, as slow as you can. You want to try and make this last for 5 minutes if you can. You're going to go along here. Wherever you see bumps, you're going to try and mimic that with your pen. Where you see the next finger, then you're going to go there. When you see it round, and then here, it's going to get smooth because of the fingernail, and then like bump, bump because of the knuckle, here, around, then bump, bump, bump from the wrist. Okay? But I have to physically like move and turn about 90 degrees so that I'm looking at my hand, but I cannot see the paper. Okay? Make sure you turn enough. If you have something to cover your drawing up and you can still move underneath it, like a big piece of paper, feel free, but for me it's easier just to kind of turn to the side. Make sure you can't see out of the side of your corner of your eyes. Okay, so this is how I'm going to draw my hand about. Okay, so once I put this down on the paper, then I gotta try. I'm actually gonna switch it this way. It's a little more comfortable to hold my hand up, so it'll be more like same thing, but just more of like up, like that. Okay. All right, so I'm starting at the wrist. There's a little bit of a bump there. Try, and I'm going to go slower on the first part, just to kind of show you I'm still on the back part of my back of my hand. Okay, I've kind of got to the first knuckle. There's a little bit of movement there. You know what? Sometimes you go off the side of the paper. Hopefully, if you're using a Sharpie, you're not on any surface that you'll get in trouble for. Otherwise, it's always a good idea to put an extra piece of paper underneath. Okay, so now I'm kind of traveling. So now I got to where my finger, I can see the other finger, like my middle finger, kind of tucked behind there. It's turning. And there's kind of a bump, bump. Then it gets smooth for my fingernail. And then my thumb is in the way. So then my thumb comes in here. And then my other finger is back there. There's a bump, another bump, and then it gets smooth for the fingernail. And it gets smooth. And then there's some bumps. So kind of rushed and hurried at the end there. Okay. Does that look like my hand? Not really, but you know, if we kind of, I'm going to show you what I was looking at. Okay. You can see the back part of my hand. Okay. And then it kind of shifted right here. Right. And then this was my knuckle right here. And so then this was kind of where this other finger kind of went. Oh, this is my thumb. See that? Right here's my thumb, because I was kind of a little bit more like that, so I could see that. So you can see now it's a little bit better. Right here, and then this is where this, like, then like this is where the other finger, and then right here is where else, and I could see my thumb, and then down here, one finger, two finger, and then going down to the wrist. Does that look like that? Not at all. But you can see that I was, you know, somewhere in the right vicinity. You can see wrinkles from all that. Okay, so you're gonna do 3 of these. All right, each one should take you no fewer than 5 minutes. Okay, and if you just use regular paper like this, it's fine. If you use a Sharpie, that's fine. If you just want to use like a regular pen, that's fine. If you really need to use pencil, go ahead and use pencil. I just didn't use pencil because you probably wouldn't see this much, but you're not going to erase this, okay? Embrace the craziness that happens, because you know what? This is fine, because it showed that I was observing where all of the little like nooks and crannies and smooth and rough edges of my hands are, okay? And that's kind of the whole purpose. This is more about observation than end result. So you're going to end up with 3 things that look like this. Honestly, sometimes you do these and you know, your fingers and everything, you end up on top of each other and you'll end up overlapping, you know, your hand in there. And then other times you end up like all over the place and you end up off the paper. It's okay, however they end up. If they might be small and cramped, they might be big, and very rarely do they look like hands. Every once in a while. If I haven't done these in a long time, but if you do these regularly, then you can actually start getting pretty accurate. So what this tells me is that I need to actually do some of these, just, you know, when I have 5 minutes or so. And then that'll help me get my observation, my skill back, because drawing is the same as anything else, you guys. Same as playing an instrument, playing sports. The more you do it, you get your touch, and the more that you take time off, you lose even just simple skills. So that's a good reminder for me that I need to do a few more. This is fine. You can see I'm still observing, okay? But the more you do them, you can actually kind of develop the skill. But 3 is good. All right, and that's it.